Okay, Coach, well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff here to his running back. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Watson, eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. On 1st down, Swift. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd down now, Swift. Now the ball comes loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now it's Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing again is Watson. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, he might be a little jumpy as well. It might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes.
And right away, he lost the football. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school, he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. And this is caught at the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40. The 20. 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that his team, not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Love. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
Different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Now a play fake here on first down. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10, Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Flush to his right. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Now the try here for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This will be taken very short. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 38-yard line. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2nd and 6. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Going up top, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Here's a 2nd and 7. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Love. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Right back to him on first down. Jonathan Jones there to make the stop.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Watson, off play action. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. From 21 yards away as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. The first down carry here for Johnson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a problem.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Love. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brian Burns, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Now the first carry for Bush. Spins by. Able to power through. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. 27 yards there, a first down. On first down, Love. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Panthers on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Love. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take down.
And the ball comes out. Love lost it, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over, but that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And all the way down to the 39. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And even 50 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellows up front in order to bring this one home.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. Montez Sweat. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Johnson spins away. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. And to give this time to the tailback. Skirts by him at the 35. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Swift, and he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. Tyreek Hill, 81 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They are on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. And the Giants, they wind up winning that one. To throw is Watson. Todd Gurley, a touchdown run to help lead the way. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Throwing now, Watson. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off. Oh, no, he lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. On 1st down, Swift. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And how about that? He missed it. Won't matter much in the final shakedown, but a bizarre way to end this victory. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Tampa Bay, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.